Oh yeah. He the GOAT. He one of them.
Yeah, all right. Let's move on.
Oh God, Rio.
Uh-oh.
Nah, dude.
Who's that, Armani? Did you say
Nah,
he's all right?
I said that.
Now Rio said, I'm trying to.
Okay,
I said that. Yeah, I mean,
Red.
he like when he was with Milwaukee, he was really dope. With LA, he was pretty dope. But I don't know if if you say overall, if you combine high school, college, and NBA, then yeah, that'd be hard to argue against him being the GOAT on all three levels. Yes,
College, definitely.
Yeah.
but
You probably say he dominated more in college.
oh, no doubt
Rev.
about it. He dominated high school, dominated college. I mean, when back in the day, freshmen weren't even allowed to play on the team. His freshman team beat the national championship team that UCLA had.
Whew.
That's how great he was. Now, when
Rev.
it comes to the NBA, I don't know, man, because he did play with great point guards. He had Oscar Robinson
Yeah.
with Bucks, and then he had Magic with LA. And I think sometimes what Magic accomplished in that one game without him as a rookie kind of takes away of some of Kareem's shine in LA because some folk don't even consider him the greatest Laker. So I consider the greatest player of all time.
You do knowing that people not forgetting that series that before he got hurt he was averaging 33 and 15, but they forget about that because Magic won the game.
He did, but still, did they win? Magic said, "Okay, I'll do 44," and winning that in the championship game. I mean,
Magic,
so some could argue, was Kareem holding him back?
Magic was 42. He scored 42.
Okay, 2 points off. Excuse me.
What? All this old school Laker talk just put a smile on my face.
Might I say to you, Rev?
That's
Rev, might I say to you, you looking today, you kind of looking like Triple H today, Rev. I just want to tell you, you kind of look like the CEO today.
All right. Well, let's get on to this cope moment, and I'm going to be coping on my cope moment that I was about to say, man. I guess this is my old age, so let me think of something on the fly. I know what I'm coping on. I'm coping on Coach K not being able to seal the storybook ending. I was hoping that Duke would win the national championship, because even though I didn't particularly care for Coach K at the beginning of his championship run, because everybody couldn't stand Duke when they beat UNLV, but people grew to love Coach K. And I think probably when Coach K had, and this may sound bad, but when he started having more black players be the top players on his team, I think people started embracing Duke a bit more, because when they won their first championship, Christian Laettner, who people couldn't stand, was the face of Duke's championships, even with Grant Hill being there. But the other championships, it was pretty much guys who were black who were the face of Duke at that time. And I think that allowed people to embrace Coach K, plus the work that he did with the USA Olympic team. So I wish he could have left with the storybook ending, but the basketball god said otherwise. So too bad for Coach K. Coach, what are you coping on besides Rev saying that Kareem wasn't even the greatest Laker?
I just want to tell everybody, shh, be quiet, because one Tiger Woods is still in contention at the Masters, and what's his name? The number one player in the world had to get to 8 under to try to put some distance between him and Tiger, but Tiger had made it to Saturday, and that's his moving day on Saturday. So all you golfers better be careful, because he could be coming today. He doesn't tee off until around 1 or 2, I believe. So
1 o'clock.
You better be careful.
So
and where does he sit at right now?
He's at +1.
So Coach, are you coping for all the other golfers because Tiger's on the way?
Yeah, because yesterday yesterday, a young man, what the guy was, he was at 5 under going into Friday. Now he's not even hardly on the leaderboard, so it can drop with the condition. Things can happen. Now Scotty Sheffley, whatever the name, the leader, he's gonna have to.
Well, you are talking about one of the topics y'all gonna talk about later, Coach. So you might want to put the pause button right there.
Okay, pause.
I don't know what soundbite I could play on that one, so I must go on the red.
You got one. Play Have Mercy.
I don't find that one. I'm gonna play this roster horn. Beware, Tiger's coming. There you go. Go ahead, Red.
All right, I'm coping on this Braves bullpen early in the season. I mean, Lord have mercy. First game, new guy Colin McHugh come in and give up 3 runs. Then last night, we on the edge of our seat, shaking and shaking. Kelly Jansen then just almost blowing it last night. I mean, Lord, it is 2 games and my hair gonna be gray before the All-Star break. I mean, Lord have mercy. If this is what it's gonna take every time the Braves win a game, that we on the edge of our seat, hoping the bullpen don't blow it. Man, Kelly Jansen, you got 18 million. Colin McHugh, we paid you nice. Y'all boys better get together. We're not gonna have the new guys ruin our back-to-back, okay? So Braves bullpen, I'm coping with y'all right now, but what I'm hoping is that you guys better get it together or I'm gonna be doping real soon. Nah, but for real though, Braves, get it together. Bullpen.
All right, Armani, close this segment out. What are you coping on?
I am coping with all the UNC fans. They got a little taste of how Falcons fans feel last Saturday. Blowing a 15-plus point lead. It's okay. Hey, come on. Now y'all know how we feel. Now y'all can understand and relate to what it is to blow a lead in crunch time. So, hey, it's all right, baby. Y'all can come sit on the couch. Kansas won. It's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I still think the Super Bowl is a little bit bigger than the NCAA tournament championship game. But yeah, they blew it. But they not gonna take our place as the #1 chokers all time.
Oh yeah, no.
Armani, being respectful to you, Armani. Shut up.
You forgot Coach of UNC fan.
No, I didn't forget. That's why I said it. I didn't forget.
All right, so we're gonna go over to see what the Revenants got to say. Chris Traylor went to Doug. He giving his boys Jonas and Jarvis some love. Doping on. Tiger is back to President Thomas. Vincent Woodruff, the VP, doping on South.
Oh yeah, that's right.
For crushing UConn. In the Natty, Don Stelly becomes first Black coach, men or women's, to win multiple championships in basketball.
Yep.
Then say you're right, Gamecock Nation on ESPN all year for showing that crying clip for 2021 and Final Four. Lost in the Final Four, give Aaliyah Boston her due by giving the same energy by showing her smiling after dominating the women's March Madness. Joe Black noping on Jamar Chase comments. Anybody know about those comments?
I don't know.
What did he say?
We have to look at it. We'll look at it.
I can't remember. It was something early in the week. I can't remember right now.
We'll look it up. Vincent Woodruff noping on the haters that wanted Tiger Woods to miss the cut. He fought hard to make the cut with a 74 yesterday. Woods and weekend equals high ratings for CBS and the Masters. No doubt about that. The president is noping on to all those who laughed at your dear prayers when I said that Cap wants to play.
We still laughing at it.
Joe Black, dope. More coaches joining the Flores lawsuit. Cope, Dabo Sweeney, in absolute denial because the NCAA athletes control their destiny. Yeah, Dabo is really showing his true colors. He got more Klansmen in his blood. No doubt about it.
What happened? Something else happened?
I'm talking about it has to change. There needs to be a major shakeup in college football. It needs to change.
Dabo is,
That's what Dabo's saying.
And Dabo just mad he got that butt whooped this past season. So whatever, Dabo. Ain't nobody listening to you.
Dabo can't control black men's lives, and that's why things got to change now.
You don't see Nick Saban complaining? You don't see Kirby Smart complaining? Why are you complaining?
You see how they got Kareem on winning time, and you know it's all about Cap.
Yeah, I see how they got him. This is boy about to put me to sleep every time he come on the day.
Green should be apologizing for those karate movies.
He should be apologizing for that airplane movie.
So Kobe would have played with the hernia seal with spackle. LeBron is LaFluffy. Lord have mercy.
We're gonna talk about that.
All right, man. Let's get rid. Let's dive into some basketball conversation real quickly. We're gonna do a Final Four recap real quickly. We talked a little bit about it. Coaches, North Carolina Tar Heels were in the driver's seat. Came out second half, got flat, got defeated, and the Kansas Jayhawks are your 2021-22 NCAA men's basketball champions. Coach, I'm going to start with you, man, just to see how you felt about the debacle that happened on Monday night. What are your thoughts about your team?
Well, what that old phrase, kill a gnat with a sledgehammer? They didn't do that. They didn't go ahead and take Kansas out. In Kansas, that kid Brown, I believe, they got some shooters. And Kansas shooters decided, hey, we're going to get back in this game little by little. And Hubert Davis, I take my hat off to you for getting there. But you could have made it a double dip. 2 black coaches winning the championship, and you didn't pull it off. You had a chance to. It was right there in front of your lap. But you let the timeouts linger. When them runs were going, you should have stopped that run quick. Got that time and said, hey. But what really was stunning to me, and I don't know who somebody said this, was Baycott, when he got hurt at the end of the game, the floor gave way. I said, I didn't see it. Maybe they saw something. They said the floor gave way, and that's when he fell and twisted his ankle. But when he went out, and I saw the young white kid, what's his name? I forgot his name.
Mayan.
Yeah. Get down there low on the board from Kansas, I knew that was a bucket because he couldn't handle it. He just put him down there and pushed him back, and got that bucket, and that was ball game. But somebody, and I know y'all gonna talk about it, I got no love for Mr. Love, Mr. 5 for 24 instead of shooting the ball. What in the name of Pete Maravich was wrong with you, fool? You started shooting the ball, and you ain't making none. Assist time, dude. Assist time. You got Baycott. You got those guys that can shoot. Get the ball up. So, it should have been Carolina's night. The Carolinas, South and North would have had titles, but they tasted too much of the new Subway choke sandwich. So, hey, it's what it was.
Well, to your point, real quickly, before I pass it over to the other two co-hosts, there's some things that you learn from your mentor, and obviously Roy Williams is a mentor of Hubert Davis, but some things you don't copy. And that was one of the downfalls of Roy Williams. He would allow, using your term, timeouts to linger. And he pulled a Roy Williams, and it backfired on him. And you got to realize that you only can do that when you have a certain level of talent. You don't have superior talent in North Carolina. The teams were somewhat evenly matched, with Carolina having a little bit. Kansas having a little bit of the edge with the big boy down low, who's a grown man. But you can't coach like that all the time. You got to know your personnel. You normally could get away with that with veterans, and we know that was a tactic of Phil Jackson back in the day with the Bulls. He had Michael Jordan. He had Scottie Pippen. You can get away with doing those kind of moves when you got that kind of talent. But going on, Red, your thoughts on the national championship game?
Well, early on, I was pulling for UNC. Thought I'd take a run with Coach's team. After that Duke game, I just figured UNC had a lot of momentum going into the championship game on Monday. They started off strong, got the big lead going into halftime. Come out of halftime, and what happened? The ball just completely dropped. It just fell right out from underneath them. I mean, that them early moments in the third quarter, to me, is when UNC lost this thing right here. I mean, you just let Kansas come out of halftime like they took some gummy bear juice or something. I mean, they went into halftime, took their little medicine, came out, and started boom, 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 bouncing. I mean, big man in the paint. I mean, key shots from outside on the perimeter. I mean, what the world type of defense was UNC playing right after halftime, coach? I mean, and then when you get all tied up, then it becomes a back and forth. But by then, Kansas got all the momentum. UNC, you completely choked all of your momentum away after halftime. And to me, Kansas and they deep team, because UNC, to me, you more top heavy. I don't know, maybe coaches think different, but y'all, to me, more top heavy than Kansas. Kansas is deep. Like I said, they got guys on the end of the bench to come in and give you about 10 to 12 points. So, I mean, that's the last team you want to let come out of half and just start pouncing on you. Because once your top heavy boys get tired of getting foul trouble, what you going to do, UNC? What you going to do? You had no answers. Kansas just took advantage of your lackadaisical effort after halftime. And then once the loose got tight, like you say, Coach Davis, being a rookie in these moments right here, maybe he should have called a timeout. But hey, it's just like I say, to me, Kansas won this game when they came out of halftime and just started going to work on UNC in the paint and on the perimeter. Hard.
Armani, your thoughts?
I mean, this is a classic tortoise and hare type of game. I mean, goodness, because I mean, North Carolina came out blazing hot, and then they let old tortoise come behind them and sneak up on them. I mean, if I'm Hubert Davis, I mean, you have, again, like y'all saying, you have to take those timeouts to stop the run. I mean, if you see those guys going on a 5-point, I think they went on a 10 to 13 point run one time, and I'm just like, are you not going to call a timeout to kind of switch some things up a little bit? But that comes with his youth. I mean, you know, he'll learn from this, and I think they'll be back. But man, you can't go on a 10 to 13 point run and not call a timeout and try to fix anything. That means you okay with how things is. If you okay with them going on that kind of a run, and then after that they went on another 7-point run, you know, that's all. That I mean, that was pretty much it. And that was at the end of the third quarter. I mean, at the end of the second or the top of the second half. So, I mean, you got to do better, man. You got to do better. When you have a 15-point lead, you can't choke it away. But it's all right. It's all right, UNC fans. Y'all come. Y'all know how we feel now. It's all right. We understand. We get it.
Armani keeps throwing those little pot shots in there.
Okay, whoa. Can I stop you for a minute, Armani? There's a difference.
Uh-oh.
There's a difference. You want me to tell you what it is?
Go ahead, Coach.
You see this number right here? What that say?
That say 5.
That? We got 5 titles. Falcons fans.
I thought you were talking about how many rings Kobe got.
As y'all would tell me, as a Bama fan, did that help you last weekend? Ain't that what y'all tell me? Ain't that what y'all tell me?
Armani been listening, been listening and learning.
That ain't helping last weekend.
I thought you was telling me how many rings Kobe got, Coach.
What you say, Armani? Caleb Love don't know nothing about them 5 championships.
Hey, Hubert Davis don't either.
That's true. I mean, he didn't win any of those 5 plus. Well, he got one as an assistant coach. He got one.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, he got one as an assistant, but not running his own. But hey, it's okay. We understand. Hey, we got it.
That was a good comeback, Armani.
Yeah, you fought hard then.
Yeah. All right. Just real quickly, thoughts about South Carolina Gamecocks. Lady Gamecocks winning their second championship. Dawn Staley championship. We say dominated.
I mean, that was a butt whooping.
I mean, that was one of the more dominant teams I've ever seen. I've seen a lot of clips of South Carolina, but I didn't realize they don't just have one big girl. They got 2 big girls. I mean,
that light-skinned chick, she pretty good.
Red hair with the red hair.
Yeah.
And she can move, she can defend, and they just got some athletes on that team that would just overwhelm UConn. and the game wasn't even close. You know, UConn kept it from being out of control, but South Carolina, there was no doubt within the first 2 to 3 minutes of the game who was the better team.
Who was the better team? There you go. Yeah.
You know, it was just a matter of how many points would South Carolina win by. That's basically what it was up.
I didn't even know. So so no other black coach has won multiple championships besides Don. Man,
no,
that should have been my dope if I'd known that. Congrats, Don. Congrats.
Look at Kristen Williams for UConn, one of the better players in college. 0 points. She was held to 0.
Wow.
UConn better player.
And she's supposed to be a first-round draft pick.
Yeah, she's supposed to be. Yeah.
She declared.
Hope she don't come to the dream with that.
Vince said he wants to be drafted to give the South Carolina's women basketball report. All right, Vince. Rebecca Lobo was quiet for a while as we were beating him down, and Kristen Williams was locked down.
Leave Rebecca Lobo alone. Rebecca alone. She had to sit on.
Bria Beal? Is that Bradley Beal's sister?
I don't know if they're related or not.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any relation there.
Because they don't just have one.
Uh-oh.
All right, there we go. Bria Beal also locked down. Van Lift from Louisville 2 days ago. Yeah. I mean,
Van Lift. What kind of names are these?
Well, South Carolina definitely had the more dominant team. All right, moving on, man. We got to go to the NBA. What happened to the Lakers? What's next for them? So let's deal with what happened to the Lakers, and then what's next for them. We'll start with Red, who is the Lakers fan in residence here on the Red and Red Sports Show. So what happened to him, Red?
What did happen to us, man? I mean, this has been one awful Lakers. It's probably been one of the most disappointing Lakers seasons since I've probably been a Lakers fan some 20, almost 30 years ago. 1988. Magic Johnson's last ring when I became a Laker fan, 1988. And this season right here was probably the most disappointing Lakers season ever. And I'm kind of a little dumbfounded because I can't really clown the person responsible like I want to clown because he on my team. I can't get on LeBron like I really want to. I mean, because I really be dogging my team out. I can only clown them as much as I have. But what happened to the Lakers team? We had probably more interference in the front office from LeBron than we needed it. Like I say, LeBron on the court, he did. I mean, he did okay. I mean, almost leading the NBA scoring average. So his on the court performance when he played was fine. But good Lord, I mean, his durability has really been falling by the side. His durability ain't what it was, but you got to kind of expect that when you get older and older. So that's why when you getting older and older, your pieces around you have got to be solid. And that is the problem, LeBron. Your pieces around you are not solid. And like I say, and that's kind of your fault, dude, because you trying to do so much with the GM, you giving so much of your opinion. Let the GMs do the GMing. You just play ball. The Lord. That way I won't have to blame you when a guy like Westbrook is on the team, knowing that you the reason he on the team because you nixed the deal with Buddy Hield, you nixed the deal with DeRozan. Yeah, you. Because I know Rob Pelinka made sure he got your opinion. If you said yes to Hield, if you said yes to DeRozan, they would be on the team. You said no. You wanted Westbrook. So everything Westbrook did, I got to look at both of y'all. AD, you wanted AD as your number 2 guy. For a minute, yeah, that seemed like the right deal, but man, I guess we just nobody really giving his injury history a hard look because now I probably 2 years. I mean, now if you ask me, would I make a deal for AD? No, I don't think anybody would trade for AD now. The boy is too brittle. He is nothing but a bubblegum basketball player. His bones are brittle. He can't stay healthy. He wears low-top sneakers like he got the strongest ankles in the world. What is going on through that dumb boy's head? And then you got a nerve to come out and get mad with the media because we clowning your durability, Anthony Davis. Fool, shut your bubblegum butt up and stay healthy. Don't worry about us questioning your durability. Just stay healthy, and we won't question nothing. God, this just been an awful Lakers season. We got Bubblegum, we got West Bum, and we got Love Bomb on the team. And it all been going downhill. It don't cost us young players that we could have kept. It don't cost us role players that we could have kept. Some of these players that we don't got rid of, we should have kept because we needed them. You can't just be top heavy. You got to have a deep team. You got to have depth. Okay? Because if LeBron go down, if AD go down, if Westbrook ain't doing nothing, what's going to happen? Exactly what you seeing happening right now. The Lakers losing. The Lakers looking like complete crap. And now we in the midst of one of the Lakers' worst seasons ever. I'm just so disappointed. I'm so embarrassed. I'm just so disgraced as a Laker fan because this has really been a disappointing season. And I got more to say, but I'm afraid if I say any more, I'm going to start cussing. So next time.
All right. So, Coach, you got some invested interest in the Lakers because Wes Bum, as Red calls him, you can know him as Westbrook, is on the team, and we know that you follow Westbrook wherever he goes. So what happened to the Lakers, Coach?
Well, I mean, you look at a combo of things. It was pretty much a combination of a lot of just bad karma, I guess. Bad, just, I mean, the Fits could never get together because they could never stay healthy. Every time you look up, different lineup. You know, people say, well, so-and-so had a lot of injuries, so that's no excuse. I mean, but you got to look at some of the dynamics of the injuries. And then Frank Vogel, who's supposedly a defensive coach, I don't think he showed them any defense, or the defense was not good. And all those guys, you know, they never were cohesive and never could play together, never did play together, and it just was a bad season. You know, sometimes you look up, you say, okay, this team is going small. Let's get Dwight Howard out there. Dwight Howard on the bench. Then when he come out there, it's too late. Or everybody had a bad stretch of games. But, you know, you look at I look at some bright sides that a cat like LeBron could actually average almost 30 points a game, which is unbelievable at that age that he was still doing it. But he, too, has his faults as a player. He, too, had his faults. And then, of course, Anthony Davis not being that healthy. Westbrook struggling from the field. But then he picks it up at the end of the year, but it's too late. And then somebody actually said out of their mouth that the team that played against Oklahoma City should have been out there the whole year. I'm like, you've never watched basketball in your complete life. If you think that team that played Oklahoma City would have been the cure for everything, you are absolutely crazy. So, I mean, it does a whole season of bad luck for Lakers. Will they come back and do it again? Who knows? Everybody can speculate. Will Frank Vogel be fired? Everybody can speculate. It's all speculation now. Who they gonna get rid of? Who they gonna keep?
They gonna be
But
fired.
one thing I do know is that they're gonna do a lot, or have to do a lot over the off season, and all that DeRozan talk. I don't think DeRozan would have averaged that much with LeBron on the team. I think he would have been a good addition, but I think his stats would have gone down with LeBron and AD on the court at the same time with him. But so I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that just went totally wrong. And hey, all thing they can do is hear everybody talk about them and weather that and just come back. New team, maybe. New team, same team, who knows? But we'll see.
Armani, your thoughts? What went wrong with the Lakers?
I mean, I'm gonna just call a spade a spade. Everybody dancing around it. Y'all know what went wrong with this team. Ever since they traded for that guy, it's been all downhill.
Who's the guy?
Russell Westbrook.
You out of your mind, man.
I'm not even. No, we've been dancing. We've been dancing around this the whole segment. I'm gonna just call it what it is.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook has been a cancer to this team. I mean,
Right.
You think about
Absolutely right.
If you think about it, where were they last year when they? I mean, you know, I'm very puzzled because I'm just like, why would you trade for this guy? But LeBron, I guess in his mind, he thought, well, maybe I can play with him and I can get him right and I can show him how to win.
Sure.
But you can't show somebody how to win when they stuck in their selfish ways. I mean, Westbrook, he's hot, then he's cold. He's just too inconsistent to be on a championship team. He has great days, then he has off days, and he has medium days. It's just never consistently great. Even with all the triple doubles he's had in his career. I mean, why can't you do that and be the guy when it's time to be a guy on a championship level team, and then y'all not even making the playoffs? I mean, you can blame LeBron for a little bit, but I mean, at the end of the day, LeBron is almost 40 years old. I mean, Father Time is going to catch up with all of us, you know. So, I'm willing to bet probably everything that he's going to be gone. He will not be a Laker next year. So that's just what it is. That's what I think it is.
Hold on now, Coach. You already spoke.
What is Coach laughing at?
Hold on. We'll give Coach a chance to retort. I got to leave in just a moment. And but let me and y'all, Coach, you'll DJ after this segment. Let me just add my 2 cents. The biggest problem, I don't think it was Westbrook. I think it was AD. The reason being, AD was supposed to be the one to take the mantle. He was supposed to be the Batman. LeBron wasn't supposed to be playing 37 minutes.
No.
So AD not being healthy is the reason why the Lakers are where they are today, and that is getting ready to book their tickets to Cancun, as Vincent Woodruff put out there on Expedia.com. So AD is the biggest problem. He's brittle, as Red said. He can't stay healthy. They paid him that extension with the thought that he would be the top player. LeBron thought that he would be the alpha guy, and LeBron was ready to be Robin, if you will. Mm-hmm. So that went south, and that caused LeBron to have to play way more minutes, and age is getting him. You can't expect your team to do well if you're expecting a 37-year-old guy to log in 30-plus minutes a game and carry your team almost every game. It just won't happen. Now, LeBron is at fault because he thought more about his own self-preservation than he did about the Los Angeles Lakers. His idea of getting Westbrook wasn't to play side by side with Westbrook. He wanted Westbrook because he thought Westbrook could hold down the team while he sat on the bench. Westbrook could go head on and run the team. That's why he wanted Westbrook instead of Buddy Hield, because Buddy Hield can't run a team. Buddy Hield would do well as long as LeBron and AD are on the court. But again, LeBron was looking at his own self-preservation, looking at his legs, looking at load management, and he thought that Russ would be able to hold it down, keep the team together, not sacrifice leads once they got a lead. But then early on in the season, he realized that did not come into fruition as he planned, because as soon as he would go out the game, the Lakers might be up 4. He comes back in the game down 8, down 10, because his plan didn't work. So AD, number 1, number 2, LeBron, because he was thinking about himself and not the team. And then, Russ was just not the best fit. He's not the best point guard. He's not the smartest player on the team. He does not shoot that well.
No.
Wes's greatest asset is somewhat compromised now, and that was his athleticism. He used to be a rim racker.
Yep.
He used to be able to finish with the best of them. Now you could do a bloopers reel with all the misses that he had at the rim, because he just does not get up as high as he used to do. He used to be the most athletic player on the team. He's arguably the most athletic point guard that ever played the game. But his athleticism is no more, it's not at an elite level anymore. And now if Russ is going to survive in the NBA, he's going to have to become more cerebral. He's going to have to learn the game. He's going to have to learn how to take his spots, because that's how Vince Carter played 20 years. When Vince Carter was no more half man, half amazing, He changed up his game. Number one, he got a real good jump shot. He could hit the three ball with some consistency. And then he was a good teammate. And that's why he was able to sit on the end of the bench for the Hawks for the last 2-3 years of his career, because he could hit open jump shots, good teammate. So Russ is going to have to adjust and start playing his game with his mind, and that will determine if he plays in this league and gets paid good money either one more year, because he's going to take his option.
Yeah, I hope so.
He ain't gonna take. He better not let that $40 million walk, because right now he won't ever see a contract that big.
No.
All right, but if he starts being a little bit more cerebral, he might stretch out his career another 3 or 4 years. So
I doubt it, real. Russell just not that smart a basketball player. I just never thought. I mean,
he's stuck in his ways. He's stuck. In
yeah,
his ways.
and he's really not. And he don't think, man, dude. Having all those altercations with the media after the game, dude, that should have been the last thing you should have been doing, dude. This is Laker Nation. We will destroy you in the media. You should just kept quiet, because that made everything you do in the game worse when you want to come out there and challenge the media after. The media ain't got nothing to do with you blowing games, turning the ball over, ruining our season. That ain't got nothing. The media ain't got nothing to do with you, man. Either don't answer the questions, answer them respectfully, or just don't show up to the media conference. But like you say, I'd just be glad when that guy's off the team, man. I knew it was a mistake from the beginning. I wanted to give it a chance, but like LeBron, I realized early on this was a horrible mistake, man.
Coach, go ahead. You've been trying to chime in for the longest.
No, I'm just looking at these two. Armani, so you saying that Russell Westbrook was the only reason they lost? That what you saying?
I'm not saying he's the only reason, but he is
one
of the biggest reasons.
But that's all you talked about. That's all you talked about. You didn't say anything about AD. You didn't say anything about games when Red. You can do that all you want to, because I got something for you too. Just give me a minute.
No, you don't.
So, I got something for you.
We'll see.
Armani, you didn't say anything about anybody else but Westbrook. Am I correct?
Because he's that guy, like you claim him to be, right? So why when LeBron get hurt or AD get hurt, why can't he be that guy?
Did you not? I'm gonna go to the last few games when they wasn't playing, when he was averaging 20 plus, and those games, some of those games when they wasn't playing. What about the game against Charlotte that he scored 30 plus, but they didn't win? Is that just his fault?
No, it's not just his fault.
Okay, games when LeBron didn't play, he did step up now. In some of those games, he did step up, right?
Keyword is some.
Okay, name a player that stepped up in every game for the Lakers. Name one player.
They all bit. That's why they have the. I mean, they're all inconsistent, but he's that guy. He's supposed to be that guy, right?
So let me ask this, Coach. Coach, so,
this is laughable right here. What Coach tried to do it.
I want Coach, and Coach wants Armani to be objective. I want Coach to be objective. Did Russell Westbrook play for the Lakers as a $40 million per year player?
No. I can honestly, that's easy to admit, Rev. That's easy to admit. But what I'm looking at is everybody is just basically putting it on him, and nobody else had any fault. You know, like certain games when certain players played bad, they didn't say anything. But he plays bad, always magnified. When he plays good, there's one sentence, maybe a sentence or so. Yeah, Russell Westbrook had 25, 8, and 10. Okay, moving on. But when he played bad, it's magnified. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not saying he was a star the entire season, because he only averaged 90. He had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Okay, that's not his usual standards. He plays better than that. But like I said, stop acting like he's the main cause of your problems.
Okay, if he's not the main cause of
he
the
was
problem,
the main cause, Coach.
Why does he keep bouncing from team to team? Why can't he consistently stay on one team? Why? It's always an issue with Russell Westbrook. It's always an issue. He cannot stay consistently on one team. Nobody wants to play with him. LeBron realizing he don't want to play with him.
Coach, why are you stressing yourself out defending this guy, man? I don't understand. You know he failed the Lakers this year. I mean, asking us if this guy had a bad game, what we say, Russell Westbrook experiment failed, coach.
Failed.
Now you can come up with all the specific games and the specific scenarios you want to. The fact is, the bottom line, the Russell Westbrook experiment failed the Lakers. It was a major reason we didn't win this year. Now we not, of course, you can say 100%. You ain't nothing 100% the reason. Yeah, LeBron had some issues. AD had some injury issues. But Westbrook's erratic play, Westbrook's erratic turnovers, Westbrook is just erraticism. His behavior with the media, everything surrounding Westbrook was a fail this year, coach. It was a failure. Now, I don't know why you trying
was AD a failure?
Huh?
Was AD
Say
a
that
failure?
again?
Was he a
Was
failure?
Anthony Davis a failure?
Yeah, Anthony Davis was a failure. Didn't I just say that?
Yeah.
Anthony Davis'
you didn't.
injury
You didn't.
issue
You
was a
didn't,
failure.
Dennis.
Russell
said
Westbrook's
everything.
erratic play. Go ahead. Go ahead, coach.
Okay, he's the only man, one of the only few guys who played pretty much every game. And you know
So what? Did it lead to wins? Did it lead to us winning? If it didn't lead to us winning, we don't care what he tried to do. This is Laker Nation, coach. I told you from the beginning. This is Laker Nation. We don't care what he tried. We don't care what his intentions are. The fact is, nothing he did resulted in us winning games. We're not making the playoffs this year. You trying to defend this guy after what he did to the Lakers this year is laughable. We are now going to look back and give Westbrook credit for anything he did. He could have had a 50-point game this year, and we would have found fault in that because his erratic play was a failure for us this year. Westbrook was a failure. He is not welcome back in LA. We never wanted him here in the first place. So you can give us all the scenarios and all these specific. Well, this guy did. I'm telling you, coach, it's useless. The experiment was a failure, and you just have to admit it. Just say my guy was a failure this year, and we need to move on because he will be moving on. There ain't no speculation about that. Ain't no speculation about if Frank Vogel will be back. He moving on, Westbrook moving on, and personally, as a Laker fan, I wouldn't be upset to see LeBron and AD moving on. But definitely, Westbrook and Frank Vogel are moving on.
Westbrook moving on,
so
and he gonna keep moving on. He can't stay on one team.
So
I'm listening, coach. Go ahead. I'm listening.
As a Laker fan, I'm listening to this. You saying as a Laker fan, you would get rid of LeBron James?
Yeah. So what is LeBron doing for the team right now? Well, are we winning? Are we winning championships? What in 4 years since LeBron been there? What have we done in 4 years?
You did win one, not too many teams.
We did win one COVID championship, but as we all know, the way y'all treat Coach and his COVID championships on the show.
Hold on.
I meant to tell you, Red, I've never heard you call the Los Angeles Dodgers championship a COVID championship.
Oh, I call it one. The Dodgers, we all know who won it when we got back with the fans. Right, so the Dodgers enjoy your little COVID.
They still a crown champion.
Still a crown championship.
The bottom line is LeBron won a championship. You like the folks that call it a COVID championship, whatever kind of championship.
That'll be like the least championship we look at back at.
I don't care. It's a championship.
It's a championship.
It's a championship, but I'm not gonna be jumping up and down for it because
the bottom line is y'all got a banner. Regardless, you got a banner. So LeBron,
but Westbrook ain't got nothing to do with that. So I don't know why Coach jumping up and down for that banner. Coach don't even talk about the banner.
LeBron coming to LA was not a complete epic fail.
Not a complete failure.
You had more expectations, granted. No, I can't deny that. But he did give you all a championship that 28 other teams have not seen in the past 3 years.
That's a fact.
And then that same time that they won the championship, Red, you came on in Los Angeles gear down. You were talking about, we won the championship. Now you trying to turn on it like it's just a COVID championship? Be for real now. You all Los Angeles
Did I deny? Come on, of course we all know how I responded at the championship. We're talking about now. How I feel now is different than how I felt back then. So what's your point?
Nah, you can't just miss what you
saying. Yeah, when the Lakers won the championship, I was happy. But I'm saying, what is your point now? How do I feel right now?
You never called it a lesser championship.
Because I thought LeBron would back it up with the back-to-back. But since he ain't done that,
but
of course I ain't gonna. I'm off of it now.
But that's not on him. Here's the problem with your logic. That's why I started my commentary on AD. The bottom line is AD got paid to do a job that he hadn't done since the first year that he's been there.
Yeah, AD going down.
Year 2, AD hasn't been healthy in year 3.
He ain't been healthy at all. Even the championship year.
So LeBron is overexerting himself, which he did not really sign up to do.
I give LeBron is doing more than he actually initially thought. And that's why he got to be wise when he pick his teammates, man.
Well, the thing is, AD was not a failure. He won a championship with them. I mean, as much as you want to say AD is brittle, they did win a championship together. Regardless if they were off for 5 months, regardless if it was in a bubble, regardless if it weren't any fans, they won a championship. They played in the same conditions that every other team played in to win that championship. So we can't dismiss that. But the bottom line is AD has not lived up to what he was signed on for. And
right.
AD is the biggest problem in LA. Granted, Westbrook is not the best fit.
All right.
But guess what? I'm going to say this on record. If you got AD injuries, guess what ain't going to happen if you got Buddy Hield? The Lakers probably would have been in the same position.
Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right. 80's injuries is affecting us. But Coach asked me.
It's killing you because that's what's hurting the third. You got to have a healthy AD in order to make the third guy just be the third guy. Westbrook is no longer Robin. He's not that dude anymore.
Westbrook ain't even Alfred.
$40 million. Westbrook is a role player at this juncture in his career.
Westbrook wouldn't even be Batgirl right now.
Oh man, that was funny.
Well, if that's
but Coach, you asked me, do I want to get rid of LeBron? And I'm just saying, right now, to me as a Laker fan, it'd be better we just start over. I'm just saying, but
this peace and love to y'all. Got to get out of here, Coach DJ. It. I'll be listening. See you.
All right, Rev.
For episode 230.
Rev, you know what I want though? I want us to start over. Go back to the line. We starting over. Get rid of everybody.
You know good and well you ain't gonna want to get rid of everybody because y'all will be struggling. The Lakers will be struggling for the next 5 years.
Coach, have you been reading my post? Hey, have you been reading my post on my page? So I'm lying on my page. Now you saying I don't really want to start over. Why would I lie? I'm saying I'm starting. You might think you're going to talk for me, but you ain't going to speak for me, partner. I'm saying I want to get rid of LeBron, 80, and West Brom. It is time to start over in Laker Nation. Unlike the rest of y'all, I don't mind starting over. LeBron can't do nothing for my team. 80 can't do nothing for my team. And West Brom ain't never been able to do nothing for my team. So, yeah, I want to start over.
When you say LeBron can't do nothing for your team, what happened the first year?
Why am I want LeBron at this age in life? We don't need LeBron right now. He is getting older. Let him go back home to Cleveland. Let him break the record in Cleveland. He is not a true Laker coach. We don't care about LeBron. Why would Laker fans want to celebrate LeBron passing Kareem? Tell me that. Does that even make sense to you?
I'm not saying they won't. But
yeah, I mean,
LeBron will help win your only championship.
He ain't. Well, that's 2 years ago. LeBron ain't winning no more championships for us.
Well, are the Lakers winning any more championships?
Not with LeBron.
Okay, without him.
Yeah, well, we got to start over. We got to start over and start rebuilding up.
How long you think you got to start over? It's gonna take.
Coach, how long does when any team start over? It's not like they have a set time frame. I mean, we start over. You know what it takes when you start over. You're rebuilding your team over.
Lakers fans not gonna be happy going 5-6 years.
Lakers fans, they had to be happy years ago when we had to start over when Kobe retired. So look, we just got to do it again. Think about all those pieces we got when Kobe. The Julius Randles, the Ingrams, the Kuzmas, the Josh Harts, all of those guys are throughout the league. Imagine if we had some of those guys right now, mix in a veteran or two. There's no telling what we be playing like right now. So honestly, we really don't know. What I do know is eventually we're gonna have to start over and rebuild this thing. LeBron don't have much longer left. AD is not the guy we trying to build around, and Russell Westbrook is gonna be gone soon. That's why if we can do anything to get LaMelo Ball back home, I would love to make that move.
LaMelo Ball?
Yeah.
He can't stay healthy either.
He's young. You start building. We need somebody to start over with.
You think y'all gonna get back to the championship with LaMelo Ball?
I mean,
We got to add some pieces around him.
I mean, if you
you think we're gonna get to the championship with Russell Westbrook?
As currently
crazy.
as currently constructed, LaMelo Ball would have a bigger impact than Russell Westbrook does as the team is currently constructed. Because of his passing and scoring ability. He's a better passer than Westbrook. He's an overall better point guard than Westbrook. He can pass and he can shoot. There's no denying it.
So you think LeBron will let him take over the point guard? Seriously?
Absolutely.
You must don't know LeBron. LeBron is going to be bringing
LeBron can't, too. But LeBron understands what you're not. LeBron he's not 26 to 30 anymore. He can't play the point guard position like he used to. So he will have to hand those reins over to somebody that can orchestrate the court like he can. And LaMelo Ball can do that.
Absolutely. I'm not saying that's the guy you're gonna choose, but Lakers got to get them another young star
that can. Like I said, it'll be an upgrade. It'll be an upgrade over Westbrook.
Steph Curry not coming here, so if LeBron's trying to play with Steph Curry, please.
And then LaMelo is still learning as well. I mean, Westbrook isn't going to learn anything because he is so stuck in his ways. He's not trying to. He ain't trying to pass. He's not trying to shoot because that's not his game. LaMelo can shoot.
He's not trying to pass. You know what you're saying? He's not trying to pass.
No.
But how does it? I just wonder about this. And then I'm gonna go back to a point you said a while back about him going to all these different teams. Chris Paul goes to all these different teams. Is he a bad player?
I didn't say that. I didn't say that Westbrook is a bad player, Coach. That's not.
You said
I'm saying he's a bad player. Chris Paul winning. Chris Paul got his team in the finals last year. Chris Paul had his team in the Western Conference Finals 2 years ago.
Hold on, Red. If you take Westbrook off the Lakers and you traded Westbrook to Phoenix and then Chris Paul to Lakers, who's going to the finals?
You already know, man. You already know.
Okay. Yeah. I'm looking at Chris Paul. Everybody loves Chris Paul. And somebody told me every team Chris Paul goes to, he makes them better. But where's his titles?
But we know CPA ain't won no rings now.
Yeah,
but go back to what you just said. He does make the team better.
He hasn't had the best supporting cast neither.
Westbrook ain't won no titles either, Coach. What Westbrook ring?
His career, he's been to the finals too.
So has Chris Paul.
So neither one, you trying to put one over the other, but
one is a better player than the other because one has a history of making everything around him better. While the other one,
Chris Paul, if the Lakers traded for Chris Paul today, they're automatically probably going to be the favorites in the West next year.
The Lakers this year were the favorites, correct?
No.
Yes,
they were expected to be the favorites once the season started.
So if Chris Paul does what he does again this year and doesn't win a championship, what is that saying for him? Guys like him, Stockton, Allen Iverson, those are superior point guards with no titles.
Okay, but I don't see. So where's the Westbrook coming? You trying to say Westbrook better than him?
If Allen Iverson was playing with the Lakers right now, they'd be in the conversation. Because Allen Iverson can score. Allen Iverson can shoot. He's a more cerebral player than Westbrook is.
I'm going to go back to my original point. If Chris Paul does not win a title this year, what does that say about Chris Paul?
We're not talking about Chris Paul, though. We ain't talking about Chris Paul.
No. We always, everybody always want to put Westbrook in a title, can't win a title. So what should they say about Chris Paul?
No, I didn't say Westbrook can't win a title. I said Westbrook ain't good. Yeah, I don't want Westbrook on the team. He's not a good player to me.
I mean, Chris Paul is still the better point guard and overall basketball player than Russell Westbrook.
Coach, this is a bad. I don't know what you're trying to do, man, but it's bad.
What you're missing in the sauce, Coach, is that basketball is a 5-player sport. It ain't just about his individual accolades.
Now it's a 5-player sport. But
it's always been a 5-player sport.
No, because it's all about. But when Westbrook is playing, it's all about him blowing games. So
because he did blow the games, Coach. He blew the games. It was his turnovers that blew the games. It was his erratic play.
A lot of turnovers. A lot of turnovers.
Okay, Lord. LeBron has a lot of turnovers. LeBron is the league leader in turnovers. So y'all, you gonna say he blew games too?
I'm pretty sure Westbrook is the top 5 in third. LeBron is a better player than Westbrook, man. He is a much better, and you put me in a position where I got to defend LeBron. But stop trying. It's like you trying to get us to give Westbrook credit when he don't deserve credit. He ain't getting no credit from us, man.
When Rev said that Westbrook is not playing as good as he can, I agree. I totally agree. But I know.
Okay, but that should be it then. Don't say no but. Say my boy Westbrook ain't playing like he should be playing. I'm very disappointed. This is not the season I wish he had. But then you say but and try to give us these scenarios. It would just be we would have more respect for your comment if you just say my boy Westbrook ain't playing ball. He not living up to his expectations.
You don't have to have respect for anything I say, but the fact is, y'all not gonna put every loss on him like you trying to do, which is incorrect.
He is responsible for this season. This season going in the toilet. His play is responsible. And why, Coach? The fact that everybody was trying to get rid of him at the trading deadline should tell you something. Why was we trying to get rid of him at the trading deadline?
And we're gonna wrap up and go to the next topic. But here's at the end of the day, Westbrook is just not the player that what everybody thinks that he is.
Never have been.
He's never have been. He's too selfish. He's too selfish, too set in his ways, and he's in his own way, and he's in his own head. And that's why he can't be the player that we expect him to be.
So basically, like I said, and I'm gonna say it again, he was a part of the trouble. He wasn't the only one. He was a part of it. Like I said.
Yeah.
But y'all trying to make like he if it wasn't for him, we'd be winning more games, which is a lie. That's not true.
Well, I would love to see what we'd have did with him off the team, especially early on. Because early on, he was a champ.
I would love to see what would have happened if Anthony Davis had played every game. And what would happen, how well they would have been.
That'd never happen because he don't play every game.
Well, see that, like I said,
but Westbrook not gonna get a pass for his erratic play, Coach. I understand what you're trying to do. We're not gonna give Westbrook a pass.
I'm not even giving him a pass. I've already said he didn't play well.
Okay, but you want us to blame other folks, and you just want us to blame other folks. If we feel that Westbrook is the main reason, just let us feel like that. I mean, why are you trying to change our mind? Because the fact that he played erratic, you should understand why we feel like that. I understand you have your reasons to what you think the Lakers' problems are this season, but me and Armani have our reasons of why we think.
That is right there. Thank you, Vincent. Westbrook is one of the symptoms.
So now you're inventing an agreement? What? Okay. Now Coach agreeing with you, Vincent, because you're taking up for Westbrook.
As a whole have a major health issue, mentally and physically.
I think Westbrook got a mental issue.
Exactly.
But he is a symptom. He is an issue. He's a symptom.
He just said he's an issue.
That's what I said all along. He is part of the problem, but he ain't the only problem. From the top,
he don't have to be the only problem. But the fact is, he is a problem, right?
I said that long time.
Okay, that's what we been saying. But we think the fact that we don't want to be a problem at all. He shouldn't even be on the team. The fact that he's on the team and he's a problem, that's a problem. He shouldn't even be a problem if he's on the team. He should be helping us. But you admitted yourself that he's a problem. Okay, we know he's a problem. That's why we didn't want him on the team, because we knew Westbrook would be a problem.
Keep talking to them, Vincent. Here go another statement. Read that. Not taking away, but the Lakers have a host of problems. A huge host. Exactly.
And it starts with Westbrook. It starts with Westbrook.
One word, and we're going to move on. Accountability.
Yeah, that's it. Westbrook don't even take accountability in a press conference. Coach, why is your
That
boy in
applies
the
to
press
AD
conference
as
sitting up
well.
here trying not to take accountability? He can't even take accountability in a press conference.
But who cares about a press conference? People say crazy
Oh,
things. But look at
exactly.
Anthony Davis. What they say about Anthony Davis? The best accountability is availability, and he missed 50-some games. So there's a problem right there. He's
Yeah,
part of it.
that's
He
a
missed
problem.
all
And
that.
Westbrook is a problem too.
Right.
Anthony Davis injury issue is a problem, and Westbrook erratic play is a problem. They both are huge problems. They got to go.
Yeah, well, that and maybe they do. And then now here's the thing: if they go, do the Lakers get better?
The Lakers ain't gonna be better for a while, man. I told you,
Lakers
it's
get
time to
better.
rebuild.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I told you that. Well, it's time to start over. We're not gonna get better no time. It's time to get rid of all of these bums and start over. But I'm saying, you trying to act like we ain't nobody. We're not defending Westbrook. We're not giving him a pass. And I'm not putting it all on him. But the fact is, he's a problem. His erratic play is a problem. And he got to go. He should have never been brought on to the Lakers because he don't help nobody win, coach. He doesn't play impactful basketball. I know you like him, but he just not that type of player no more.
I'm just saying, you can go with a bunch of guys that don't help anybody win.
There you go with a bunch. We're not talking about a bunch of guys. We're talking about Westbrook. Stop bringing up other guys. We're talking about Westbrook. That's it. Not talking about a bunch of guys. Of course, we can bring up a bunch of guys. The NBA is a bunch of guys. Jeez.
Yeah, you just if you
I feel
like
like I'm
that's
arguing with my girlfriend sometimes.
your girlfriend. Cool your jets now. You're getting outside. You're getting silly now. Girlfriend.
Well, you
Okay.
sound like you keep asking us to take up for this guy. You know how we feel about him. I mean, we're not gonna ever be on your side about Westbrook, man. You just need to accept that.
Moving on. It's halftime, y'all.
Halftime.
It's
Thank
halftime. Wait a minute. Hold it a minute.
Ready?
There we go. We are back. We are
Okay.
live. We're back.
All right, we back, y'all.
And we're gonna
Coach,
look
are you
at
ready for some more?
let me take this halftime down because it's not halftime anymore. You got all these two coaches have stepped up and joined Brian Flores in their lawsuit against the NFL because the NFL, they say, is proven to be showing a little bit of prejudice toward African American coaches. Your comments on this one? Anybody?
I mean, they ain't lying. I mean, for the most part, that's where we are. I mean, the NFL has proven that they are prejudiced. I mean, look at the whole Colin Kaepernick situation. I mean, when you think about that in itself, you know there's been some stuff going on behind closed doors and that involves players and coaches. So, you know, for the owners to sit here and act like that's not going on, I mean, that's a problem. And it's going to take for some of the owners and some of the higher management people to change that narrative. So, you know, you can't have a league that's almost 80% Black and African American and then not have at least a few Black head coaches or at least one or two or maybe even three NFL owners. So that in itself needs to change. We need more NFL Black executives. We need more NFL Black owners and head coaches. Because, I mean, you take away us from the league, what is the league? Nothing. So that's where I'm at with it. And, you know, people need to respect that. People need to respect that without our contributions to the NFL, it wouldn't be what it is. And I think some of these NFL players need to stand up and say something. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm kudos to all those coaches that's taking a stand and fighting against the NFL.
All right, Red.
I don't know, man. Kind of hard for me to get on this mindset now. I'm so pumped up from this Lakers debate. Kind of want to go back to it, but well, what do I think about these coaches joining the Brian Flores lawsuit? I mean, I guess I can second what Armani said. I mean, we all know that. Look, the NFL ain't crap. Really, most of these top sports ain't crap without our contribution. You know that. You know, we run things. Okay, it ain't Black. It ain't worth it. You know what I'm saying? Always bet on Black. But anyway, y'all, I'm trying to keep it pumped up. But yeah, I mean, look, we all know that the NFL and they coaching hiring practices have been pretty much sucked for years. The Rooney Rule, they tried the Rooney Rule. It seemed like it was working for a minute, but now things just seem like it's gone back to standard issue. But look, like Armani said, we just need more Black ownership in the NFL. Black ownership brings more Black opportunities. Okay, the NFL is trying to hire more Black executives. They're even trying to hire more Black assistant coaches. I think they put a mandate out about a week or two ago to say most teams have to have at least one minority assistant coach on their team or something. Y'all hear about that rule that came out about a week ago? So I think they said most teams have to have a minority coach. I mean, all this is fine. Like I say, the more opportunities I think that are presented to us, the more chances I think we'll have at getting some of these jobs. Like I said, I just think, we need to have more assistant coaches. We need to have more African-American coordinators, defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators. And like you say, just more Black executives. And it's sad that we don't have one Black owner in the NFL. 32 teams, no Black ownership. We got Black owners in the NBA. We got minority owners in baseball. Where are the Black ownership in the NFL? Like somebody said, the NFL really is acting like a good old boys network when it comes to ownership. You know what I'm saying? So I think if that happens right there, that'll produce a lot of change. We just need to get some minority ownership like they do in these other sports. And I think that'll help tremendously. But like you say, we just gonna keep having our voices heard. Whatever we have to do to get change happen. Like I say, the NFL does not work without us, so you don't have to worry about them getting rid of us. But the more of us that own huge platforms, we need to use our platforms to induce change, like Brian Flores is doing. So the more people we have in higher positions in the NFL, and the more people that use their platforms, I think change is no doubt on the horizon.
And I mean, these guys don't. The NFL as a whole continues to be white majority owners and everything, and you know a lot of guys. And Flores has done his thing, and a lot of people thought, well, he's not gonna get another job again. But he was able to land another job. So it got to be people speaking out. If they don't speak out and remain silent, then nothing changes. You don't get changed by being quiet. You get changed by making a little noise. And if they make some noise, something's gonna change. And the people are gonna see that, and more black coaches are gonna start to filter in. And the thing is, sometimes the black coaches be put in impossible situations, like the one that Steve Wilkes.
All the time. All the time.
He is what you call, he got fired after 1 year with Arizona. 1 year. That means you didn't really have an intention on giving him a chance anyway.
Exactly.
You put him in an impossible position, and now
they gave him that sorry quarterback. You gotta give these black guys a good quarterback. You ain't gonna win without no good quarterback. And it's like they say the jobs with the guys with the good quarterbacks built into the system, they gonna get that to the white guy. The teams where you gotta really do some work to win, even win 7 or 8 games, they gonna get that to the black guy. The black guy's gonna have more to do to win than his white counterpart, and that part is not fair. I mean, because let's take one of these top teams right now. Besides Pittsburgh, we know they do fair. I mean, they got Mike Tomlin in charge. But let's say Rams or Chiefs, if teams with a built-in quarterback. Let's say if Andy Reid or McVay decide to walk away right now, what is the chance that a black guy is going to get those jobs with a built-in quarterback?
Some to none.
See what I'm saying? And as I'm saying, you know that'll help that more black guys are winning will help more opportunities happen. But if you're gonna give a black guy, if you're gonna give him opportunity, but you know his quarterback suck, well shoot. I mean, he can try to build his team up, but the man you gotta get a man a decent quarterback. And it seems like all the teams with a good quarterback, they coach by the white guys.
And they've been pushing every time they mention Airbnb's name, it lasts for a few minutes, and then next thing you know, poof, he's still gonna be the coach under Andy Reid. Now he's waiting on Andy Reid to retire, and Andy Reid has said,
there ain't no guarantee that he's gonna get that job.
Yeah,
he said nothing about retirement. He said nothing. And Bieniemy always gets interviews, but every time after the interview, his name quietly disappears and goes back to Kansas City. Oh, he's the coach in waiting and all that stuff, instead of saying, hey, his offensive mind could be used to help some teams win games, but they don't want to use his offensive mind for some reason. But status quo right now. So maybe, like I said, enough people make some noise and this lawsuit goes through. Maybe things will change. It should change, but hey, we'll see.
Now I'll tell you one situation where the black guy got to speak up for the next black guy coming in. Indianapolis. Tony Dungy retired, had Payton. He passed it off to Jim Caldwell. Now that was a situation that I could work with. We need more of those situations. We need a coach with as much power, respect, and clout as Tony Dungy, having a decent situation, passing it off to the next brother. So respect to Tony Dungy, passing it off to Jim Caldwell. Now, like I say, if Mike Tomlin find him a next quarterback, is he gonna pass his job off to another black guy in Pittsburgh? Hopefully. Pittsburgh usually do the right thing, but we talking about other situations. Todd Bowles in Tampa Bay, is he gonna be allowed to pass his job off if they do good to another black guy? And why is Brian Leftwich? How come he ain't got an opportunity?
See, right there, those two situations should be automatic. If Tomlin leaves, Brian Flores should just slide right on up. That's his job right there. And if Bowles leaves, Leftwich, slide him right on up. There you go. That's how it should be. It should be easy.
Now, who is the other head coach? Lovie Smith in Houston. Well, Houston got to build that program up, so I don't think no brother want to go coach there if Lovie get fired. But if Lovie build it up, find him a quarterback, and then if something happen, he want to move on, let him slide it to another brother. I'm saying, but I want good organizations or good positions. If a brother's in charge, slide it to another brother, because that's how it work. And that's how it work all over the country. Nepotism. People you know. I'm out. I'm gonna pass it on to my friend or somebody I trust. That's how
Network.
things work.
Network. It's called network.
There you
Yeah.
go. Networking. Thanks, Armani.
Thomas Holcomb said it should. We need a situation where it's black majority ownership, and that should help. Vincent Woodruff said these mandates are a joke, basically a slap in the face to everybody. That's what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
These rules and everything, and
A lot of them are.
he said have no legs at all. That's why we still where we are. The Rooney Rule was around, but the powers in the black players, the white owners paying them a salary, that's gonna change their lives, and the black players won't speak up anytime soon. They just go, hey, they playing and making more than the coaches, so they're not gonna say anything. Says sad state of affairs. Dante said it's a different sport, but Red, your point about a black head coach not getting a good coaching job was what Stephen A said about Steve Nash. How in the world did Steve Nash get a job? How did he
With
get
no
a job?
experience, with no coaching
experience, and coaching one of the better teams in the country. And Jim Caldwell not having another job is just ridiculous because
I don't know why Jim Caldwell ain't got no job.
He should have never been kicked out of Detroit. That was the biggest joke in America at the time. Like, really? Y'all gonna get rid of Jim Caldwell who wins games and had a winning record? You gonna throw him out the books and it's gonna be like, okay, we're gonna bring in somebody. Really? What a stupid call that was. That was ignorant. Caldwell was one of the few that was winning. So that's where they at now.
And how many winning seasons had the Lions had since Caldwell left?
Maybe one.
Zero.
No.
Zero?
It rhymes with hero and starts with Z.
Dang.
Zero.
Wow. They haven't won anything, and it's ridiculous to just sit there and let Jim Caldwell, a cat that can coach, just sit back and just not even get an offer. They interviewed him, but they're gonna try to say, "Oh, Rooney Rule interview." Don't float him a bone, and that's it. And that's all they got from the coaching thing, and that's all they got. So it continues to be.
Yeah, the NFL coaching hiring practices are a joke. They just a joke.
Continuous cycle of
And you look at basketball has a lot of blacks coaching, which is not
basketball and baseball are pretty surprisingly baseball. Who ever thought of baseball? And after watching the movie 42 with Jackie Robinson and just looking at how those mindsets were back in those days, who would have ever thought that baseball has bypassed the NFL as far as diversity in minority hiring? That sport used to be the most racist sport in the country.
Yep, and it has come up in football, which, like we said, has more blacks playing than pretty much any sport. At two black coaches, and that's it. And
no black owners and few black executives. Whereas in baseball, you got black executives, you got black managers, you got minority ownership. So I'm sorry, baseball to me, they have graduated from the old school pastimes that they used to have and mindsets. They have come so far from 1947 when Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier.
Yeah, and you look at
Jamal Money, you saw 42?
Yeah, I seen it. That was a good movie.
Yeah. Did you see how those mindsets were back then?
Yeah.
And then look where we at. Look where baseball is today.
It's impressive. It is
and
impressive.
You got they even hiring women, which is amazing that they even hiring women to do.
Yeah, they hiring women.
Yeah. I think the Florida Marlins, they got an Asian American female as their GM.
Yeah. So they're doing more. Football is dragging, and football is supposed to be the most popular sport in America, but they're lagging as far as minorities being in place. Anthony Price, good afternoon, Anthony. He said the Rooney Rule is stupid, telling owners to interview a black coach knowing they have their coach on paper. Nothing will change unless we see black owners. Okay.
I agree, Anthony. Got to have more black ownership, more minority ownership in the NFL. Sad, just sad. I mean, all this black money. That's why I got a problem with all these black entertainers and celebrities out here celebrating. Dude, are any of y'all putting y'all money together to obtain something that we could use in this country for us? Is anybody putting their money together? What's the point of celebrating all this black wealth if we're not going to use it for purposes like this? We need to have a black owner in the NFL. No reason, with all this black wealth we got in this country, no reason some of these guys shouldn't have got together with some type of financial group and bought them a football team.
And they talk about it all the time. They talk about
kill me with your cars and your jewelry and your houses and your dog. Spend your money, spend your wealth on something that we can actually look back and say, yeah, I respect that right there.
Yep, right there. Yep.
That's it. I mean, it's just it is truly sad to sit there and watch it every day, and it's like, wow, you can't be serious on what you're not doing for African Americans. You can't be serious. It's ridiculous. But until change is made, you know, hey, it's gonna keep on going. Like I said, if nobody says anything, then it's gonna keep on.
We're gonna keep talking about it. We're gonna keep saying, we're gonna keep speaking up on it until change is made. Or on our show, on the various shows on the networks, people are gonna keep discussing it. So, like I say, enjoy your time. Enjoy your little old school situation because they will be changing soon.
Yeah,
I just don't believe that and these young folks coming up got a voice. I respect these young people coming up because these young folks ain't gonna let me break down the situation so you guys can understand how powerful some of these young folks are. Situation at my job, they didn't allow us to have cell phones in our job for the longest time. I mean, for the longest time, I say for a 10-year period, because we had folks stealing stuff throughout the job. They just said, okay, our employees, keep your phone. They just kept our phones outside the job, keep them in the car. Man, let me tell you what some of these young folks did last year. Man, these young folks got together, signed some petitions, got with management. Let's say I've been having my phone in UPS for over 2 years now, almost 2 years now. They changed that rule. These young folks got together because this stuff didn't make no sense. And you know these young folks, the ones that got kids, the ones some of these young folks got other businesses they do. A lot of young people use their phone and network and these internet for other things to make money. So you're not gonna tell folks that they're just gonna come up in my job for the time they up in there and not. I mean, they tried it, but these young folks got together, filled out a petition, and now we got our phones in the building now. So I don't sell these young people short. I love y'all generation money. Some of y'all know how to make some things happen, man. I give y'all credit right there, especially stuff that don't make sense.
Yeah.
One thing these young folks ain't gonna tolerate these days, one thing this new generation will not tolerate is SH that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I give y'all y'all millennials. I will give y'all millennials credit that y'all do not tolerate crap that don't make sense.
Yeah. Okay. Thomas said a black football league would not be bad. I kind of disagree. I want us to have equal footing like everybody. I don't want to just separate.
We want equal footing.
We need to go to a black football league for we run the NFL.
Yeah.
Like I say, you take us out of the NFL, ain't no NFL.
Right.
Nope. Exactly. Anthony said Jay-Z was about to be the first black owner, but all 32 team owners had to vote on it. They don't want you if you have power, which is true. They don't want that power in there.
Yeah, they don't want no black dude that have no power.
Kelly Nicole, hey Kelly Kel, how you doing?
Hey,
you get to the party. Good afternoon.
Yeah, you made it back from your hair appointment. Thank you. Thanks for showing up.
All right. Next topic. Here we go. And this was back when this Acuna was a rookie, I believe. And they trying to bring this dissension, Acuna versus Freeman, saying Acuna, him and Freddie weren't buddies, and him and Freddie didn't like each other, and him and Freddie didn't do it. Okay, so I want you all to discuss this. Why does this have anything to do with anything right now? I'm just wondering.
Well, Acuna don't want to brought it back up.
Yeah. I think what they're doing is they are trying to get in the heads of Braves fans like, okay, we moved on from Freddie Freeman. Acuna is our guy, and Acuna trying to justify him being the guy on the Braves. So that's what really all that is about. Correct me if I'm wrong, Red. That's really what it's about. Nothing else. Nothing else.
Kuna was the one talking about it this week.
Yeah.
And they had a nerve talking about, well, my comments were just blown out of proportion. Well, you the one brought them up. I understand. But look, I believe that they had their issues. I don't think it is bad as they making it out to be, but I don't think they were best friends now. We all know Acuna and Ozzy are like this. I mean, when Acuna does something good on the field, who the first player he running up to? Ozzy Albert. Give me some love. Ozzy, yeah, that's my dog right here. They might give Fred that little high five, but I don't believe Acuna and Freddie were best friends. I believe what Acuna said initially, like some of that stuff was true, and him just trying to clean it up afterwards. But it really don't matter now. I mean, Freddie's on with the Dodgers, Acuna with the Braves. I don't believe they were best friends. I believe they had their issues, but I believe they were respectful and civil with each other. I don't believe it was I can't play with that guy type of thing, because if Freddie had came back, them two would have it would have been business as usual. So. Yeah. I don't think it's that bad, but Acuna, you and your people bought it up, dog. So don't try to act like it's us putting it all up. Why? What y'all talking about, man? Ain't that serious? You the one bought it up. Shoot. So if you ain't want to talk about it, don't bring it up. You forced Freddie to respond to it this week. So, hey, Acuna, I love you, man. But hey, don't run from your comments now. You said it, deal with it.
Acuna, he said he was talking in his language. That's when it came. He didn't think nobody gonna translate it.
He didn't think we were gonna understand. You know that that translators speak good English. So Acuna, you should have told him, don't say this now.
Yeah, and just pulled back and said, okay, I don't need to discuss this. I don't know why I'm discussing this, but I brought it out, whoop-de-doo, and keep on.
Freddie say they had cultural differences.
Yeah, when he first came there about how to wear a hat, how you wear this, you don't wear that, you know that. Okay, whoop-de-doo. You here to win. You're not there for a fashion show, so whatever. They hopefully. And Freddie Freeman, his response was, "Okay, y'all
organizational rules or something."
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, the organizational rules, which they said were not part of it. All right, let me jump back. While we were talking about the stuff going on in football, Pete Carroll had his thoughts on what's going on in the NFL and how the NFL is doing. And I know what y'all probably gonna say, but I'm gonna laugh at it because it's just too funny to be listening to Pope Pete. But go ahead, Red. What's Pete talking about?
Well, I probably gave most of my energy on it before we even got on the show today, but I reiterate what I'm telling Red. Just Pete Carroll just popping off at the mouth as you, just trying to act like he cares. But dude, you just another one of those old school coaches, man. I don't know why you try to separate yourself from the past, acting like you some type of different guy. Pete, you just like all the other coaches, man. You didn't want if you wanted Colin Kaepernick on your team, you got a problem with the NFL owners are doing. Okay, well, you had an opportunity to make a difference. You had an opportunity to fight against the NFL owners. You could have bought Colin Kaepernick in yourself and gave him an opportunity. And all you did was just have these meaningless phone calls, meaningless conversations, and then decided, well, we're not going to make a move about that right now, or we're going to go in another direction. And then come out and start talking stuff about the owners as if you, like you Malcolm X or somebody, like you the Malcolm X of coaches or somebody. Dude, you are just like the other guys, Pete Carroll. I don't look at you as no different than any other white coach out there, man. So if you're trying to separate yourself, you're doing a horrible job, my man. Stop coming out, running your mouth about the NFL owners. NFL owners, whatever they doing, you didn't have a problem with it back when you were winning. You didn't have a problem with it back when y'all were going to Super Bowls. You didn't have a problem with it when you was denying Colin an opportunity. When you know yourself, you could have used him as a backup for Russell Wilson. Who was Russell Wilson's backup for all these years? You actually could have used Colin, but you decided not to, just like all the other 32 teams. So don't act like you different now, man. And don't try to act like you going against the grain or going against the NFL owners' stipulations, man. No, Pete, you just the same, man. I'm not buying it then. I'm not buying it now.
Armani.
Hey, Red pretty much said my thoughts. And Pete, just stop the acting. Like, oh,
the devil, man.
He worse than he about worse than that. But who do you think you fooling, my guy? If you wanted him, you would have got him. Period.
Simple.
Period. If you wanted him, you would have got him, and you could have made. Honestly, you could have made some noise if you would have got Colin Kaepernick showing all. If you gonna say something, okay, be the example that you want to see.
Yeah,
that's it.
You gonna talk about it? Put him on your team.
Put him on your team. But he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that.
I mean, what the old folks say, like I'm like me is plain as the nose on your face, Pete. Yep. I mean, you have no Russell Wilson. What's wrong with Kaepernick right now? You have no Russell Wilson. You got Drew Lock. Lock. Seriously. Who? That's your quarterback, and you gonna try to go into the season with Drew Lock?
Yeah, Cap Lock. Who? Matt Lock.
I mean, seriously, you gonna try to go into a season with that and think you're gonna be successful? Kaepernick is still out there. But we know what it is, Pete. You scared of what the other owners gonna say. Why'd you get him? Yeah, you worried about what people gonna say instead of just getting him and seeing what he can do. It's as simple as that. Get him and see what he can do. And then, people gonna talk about it for a minute, but you'll be the smartest man in the NFL if you get him and he work out. So yeah, you'll be the smartest man in the world right there. I got him. Look at us winning games, but you continue to be what like Red said, Malcolm X Jr., Martin Luther King VI, sitting there talking about what you could do, what you should do, how you can get him, how he deserved this, how he deserved that, but you still sitting over there and he's still sitting somewhere by himself, not playing. So
like I say, he just remind me of one of those white guys in the movies, one of those little race movies that we have. We'd be like, yeah, man, I understand your plight, brother. I really want to understand what you're going through. But then at the end of the movie, eventually you side with your white brothers and then beat the black guy down. That's all you are, Pete Carroll. Just a white guy who think he want to be better, who think he want to be a good guy. But in the end, you just as dirty as all the rest of them, man. And we ain't buying it, okay? If you really want to be better, you really want to be, a white guy that's helping us out, then do it. Do it. Stop talking about it and do it, dog. It is white guys that do want to help out, but they do it. They don't run their mouth. They just do it. We surprised when they do it, but they do it. They help out, and we'll give them props. All you is just talking, man. You just number the mouthpiece. You just running your mouth saying, I want to do this. I want to do that. I wish I could do this. I wish I could do that. No, you don't want to do nothing, dog. You're just full of crap. That's all you are.
Instead of the Seattle Seahawks, you're Seattle Chicken. So whatever you do, it's okay. It's okay, Pete. We understand. We understand. All right.
What Michael J. Fox saying? Back to the Future. Don't call me. Yeah, well, we calling you Chicken Pete.
Last night, the Mets and the Nationals, two rivals in the National League East, got into a serious brawl because of a pitch to the face of what's his name?
Lindor.
Yeah.
Lindor. Yeah.
A hit to the face, and that thing really got very, very ugly real fast. They already don't like each other, so this just escalated. And lucky for him, they said the X-rays came back negative. I don't know how he didn't have a concussion, which is beyond me. You hit somebody in the face, I'm sure it's something, but hey, what's the what do we think about this? First hit, well, he the first hit batter, I don't think, but the first one with the first brawl of the year, because that fastball was about 80-some miles an hour, and you get in the face like that. Trust me, I know he didn't feel good. It was Lindor for the Mets, Francisco Lindor. So, what are y'all's opinions about that?
Honestly, he could have killed that dude. 80-some miles per hour fastball. I mean, come on, man. Like, this really just stirred the pot of the rivalry. I mean, in all honesty, like, dude, what are you doing? Did you say that the ball just slipped when you pitched it? No, I don't think that's how they go, because I didn't pitch baseball before. But I don't see the reasoning and how he could have hit dude in the face like that. Now, if he would have hit him in the back or in the leg or something, he would have took a walk. All right, cool. But you hit him in the face, so that means it was intentional. You were trying to hit him in the face. So, there'll be some suspensions. I'm sure it'll be a suspension, a couple games. But Lindor, dude, what are you thinking? I mean, you about to cause a whole brawl. Well, you did cause a whole brawl. Excuse me. I mean, what is your mindset like? What is your excuse? So,
you just mad.
Yeah, you would have hit me. We would have been throwing some
So
deuce.
you would have had the same response.
Yeah,
I don't know why you acted.
Yeah, we would have thrown some deuce if you hit me in the face with a baseball. So, but
I mean, the piggyback off what Armani said, like I said, they hit Pete Alonso the day before. I was like, man, they teeing off on me because Pete Alonso got hit in the face the game before, the first game.
Yeah.
And they get teeing off on Mets players. Like, Lord, what's going on between the Nationals and Mets? They making this must-see TV. But I tell you one thing, Nationals, try that stuff with my Braves here. Don't think we'll take that World Series trophy and knock one of y'all clowns upside the head with it. Don't think you're gonna play with us like that, because we ready, boy. Don't think, woo, boy, I want the Nets to try that with us, man. Oh my God. And we ain't had a good Braves brawl in a while, but I don't know what's going on with the Nationals. Maybe they look, the Mets are better, the Braves are better, the Phillies are better. We're gonna be so sorry this year. I guess we just don't care. They throwing balls at guys. I mean, first games of the season, they throwing balls at guys. So look, I don't blame the Mets for being upset, but like I say now, that brawl was a little out of hand. You can't get that crazy. I mean, second game of the season, we got a brawl like that. Man,
already.
I thought we saved them for like the summertime when it really get hot. But,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
but hey, must see TV early on. Something tell me this gonna be a wild baseball season right here, man. And I'm just glad my team are the world champs, that we overseeing all this. But it was definitely a wild situation last night. But hey, you got us talking about it. I guess baseball trying to get as many viewers as they can, but definitely a wild situation. Or somebody could have really been hurt. The Nationals definitely need to be more careful. I mean, if you're going to throw at somebody, make a statement, do it, but start targeting people's face, that's not cool. The butt, side area, the shoulder, anywhere but the face. Like you say, people can be hurt, people can be killed. You don't want to ruin careers. You can make a statement without ruining careers. Coach?
But I can go back, because I can speak from experience. When I was playing baseball in college, I had a young man who was going to the pros. He was going to be a pro prospect, going to be drafted and everything. And I hit him pretty good off the fence. And then the next time I came to the plate, he hit me pretty good on my elbow, my left elbow. And you know how he got that funny bone? It hit right there. And I had to sleep that night with my arm in a trash can because of him. And my boys were hot. They were hot, but I saw him the next day. He did come to apologize. Yeah, right there. Ooh, that's where it hit. And I rolled over, and I rolled on the ground like one of them pigs that get stuck in the mud. That's how I was.
I know that was painful.
From my elbow on down, I had no feeling. It was just dead. It was a dead arm, and I was like, I used some colorful words, laying on the ground, and he was like, I apologize, and I said, yeah, but you ain't just get your arm.
Coach, you used a few curse words on him.
I would not repeat what I said under my breath. While I was screaming on the ground, he apologized, and I was like, I think I missed a week or two of playing because my elbow, luckily, like Lindor, my elbow was not broken or anything. Nothing was shattered. It was just dead, and I couldn't use it. So I can understand Lindor. He got real lucky because he said there were no broken bones. I think he lost a tooth, maybe a molar, which was it. And luckily for him, he was able to come out of that without any fractured jaw or anything. I don't know how in the world 88 miles an hour hits you and you don't have a fracture anywhere, but he was lucky. So
I'm missing a tooth. Ooh.
Let's see. Vincent said, you think they were throwing at Will Smith's face? Here we go with Will Smith again. Here we go. Okay, and
oh, man.
Thomas said, forget Will Smith, he would have got Armani. he he would have got shot or something. He would have got And now Vince, okay, we all know one person they never want to brawl with, G.I. Jane's hubby. Here we go.
Y'all killing me.
Will Smith, I hope you're not watching the show because it's just jokes. We not doing it's not us.
Hey, Will. Hey, this is my message to Will. You bought this all on yourself, Will. You know this was gonna come after what you did, dude. So you might as well just embrace it and accept the Will. You might well, you know what? Laugh at it like you were doing with Chris Rock first clown Jada. Laugh at it at first because he was laughing until he saw Jada got mad. So Will, you thought the G.I. Jane joke was funny too.
He did.
Well,
he sure.
Will, I ain't Chris Rock neither, so go ahead.
I
ain't Chris Rock.
Ain't too many people Chris Rock. Like I say, Will, boy, you lucky you got off. You left that stage without some retaliation, man. Because I don't see any one of us allow somebody to walk up on stage and slap us and just turn around and walk back like it ain't nothing.
Yeah. Either got tackled on his back or his leg.
Yeah.
Or something.
I'm telling you, once you turn around, I'm coming after you, dude. You don't turn your back on me. Don't hit me and turn your back. That's the last thing you want to do.
And Thomas said getting hit in the funny bone is not humorous. That's a low joke.
It's pretty painful.
That hurt, dog. But anyway, I don't know who's gonna get suspended, but I'm sure some suspension is gonna be handed down and everything.
That'll help my Braves out. Braves better take advantage while these teams suspended.
Anthony Price said Will did that to Chris Rock. Try that on Dave Chappelle. Okay, we're not gonna get into who he should try it on because it could be anybody.
I don't even think he tried it on Tiffany Haddish.
Oh Lord,
no.
She fight too.
No.
The last one, young Eldrick Tiger Woods has returned. So everybody, CBS is probably the main one that's clapping up and down because they got the golf on now. So they're jumping up and down, knowing they're getting paid. How high do we think Tiger can go? Does he win or does he contend all week? Which one, the last 2 days,
I mean, right now they have him. He's tied for 17th. I mean, he's in the top 20. But it's a possibility. He has to have a great. Saturdays are always Tiger's great days. So if Tiger can make some noise and at least get into the top 10 today, he can contend. But he has to get into the top 10 today. Right now, he's 17th.
Yeah, and let's see, he just teed off a few minutes ago.
He just teed off. He just
teed off. So we'll see how he looks because I think that first hole has been a kind of a bugaboo to him. I'm not sure how he starts out and playing and everything, but he's on the course. So that boy Scotty Scheffler, who is the number one player in the game, I think he might have, unless he just had two of the worst days of his life at 8 under, I think he might have sealed it as far as winning because he made that run the last night yesterday, and he just stepped away from everybody and said, "Hey, I got to get away. I see Tiger somewhere close, and Tiger's close, and he started putting on that red, and things start happening." So
that red.
Put that red shirt on.
Man.
He got a red shirt on today. He probably got a sweatshirt on because I know it's cold out there. It's like 50 degrees here, so I know they're dealing with the cold and everything. So, oh Lord, Vincent said, "Look at this." Vincent said Will Smith would never hit Jerry Seinfeld. Oh my God, not Seinfeld. Of all the people in the world, Thomas said any tournament he enters in an automatic win for everybody. Like I said, that's Tiger with CBS. And Alexis said, yeah, it is actually amazing he's out there contending now because the way they were talking, he was supposed to be have his leg amputated. The way they were talking, it was in that mangled of shape. He wasn't even supposed to be playing again, much less walking again normal because they said the leg was supposed to be amputated. And then looking at that crash, I'm surprised it was just only his leg. You go off a cliff like that, it didn't seem like a big drop, but you go off a cliff and you are able to still be alive, which is shocking to me. But
Tiger, just stop driving. Just please get a driver. Stop driving.
Yeah, for real, man. You be having the craziest accidents, man.
This is the second car
Accident
accident.
running off your house when you got caught cheating. Then you have
Yeah.
another accident when you rushing somewhere. Yeah, Tiger, just get a driver, man.
Good driver. Yeah.
I mean, I guarantee any one of us will take 100,000 a year to driving. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. What?
Wherever you gotta go.
I already got my master's hat on. You know,
Wherever you want to go, Tiger. We
wherever
go.
you want to go, I got you.
Whatever. Wake me up in the middle of the night. You hungry? I'll go get it. No problem. You stay at the house, dog. You ain't got to go nowhere. Will you DoorDash or something? You ain't got to go nowhere.
Don't wake me up if you got caught cheating now. You got to take that beat.
Yeah, that's your problem.
I ain't driving, after that. You got to take that. Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I can't drive you to your sweetest house. No,
she ain't better hit me with that golf club like she tried to hit you.
Yeah, she tried to swipe him pretty bad and knock him sideways. Let's see. Vincent say he'll make it interesting. He won't make a strong push. Having him in the weekend play is a huge plus into the weekend. He's not done winning majors. He's at 15 majors and counting. He has time. Anthony,
it's gonna be hard to win. That's Masters anyway. That's tough.
Yeah, especially with the weather being like it is today, cold, and I don't think it's a possibility of rain. I think it's gonna be it's pretty sunny, but it's gonna be cold is all I know.
That cold and that wind, that's gonna mess up a lot of his shots. Yeah. I think he'll have a chance with it. It depends on where the U.S. Open and the Players Championship is. If they in some nice states where the weather is fine, I think he'll have a chance to contend in those more so than the Masters. Because, like you say, this cold weather, the wind, Tiger got to have some good weather.
Yeah, but he was. I know they said you could see it on a couple times. He swung. You could see him wince a little bit with that back or that leg or whatever. You can see him wince a little bit, but. I'm like a lot of folks. I'm just glad to see him out there because I didn't think he would be back again, at least not this year. But that joker now, one thing I do know he may need to fix. He may need to go to the hair club for men because he got a big hole in his natural out there. He's got a hole back there, so I don't know if he gonna get it fixed or whatever. He don't really care. He wear a hat.
Just keep the hat on, Tiger. Boy, when he take that hat off sometime, boy, that be looking rough, man. Tiger, you be looking rough sometimes. You take your hat off.
It's like what's name said, hair gone, dog. Hair gone.
Yeah.
Like, something. And Thomas said if he's smart,
he's looking worse than Trae Young, coach.
No, Trae hair, I don't know what it's doing. It's like it's just running away or something. Trae don't care about his hair. He really don't. Trae just
he gonna be bald soon.
Yeah, he thinning now. He thinning bad.
Yeah.
But Trae like, hey man, I don't worry about my hair. I just
at least he gonna have to shorten it up, but he can't have it like he gonna have to like trim it down to where it's just like a real low cut. I'm talking about Trae.
Yeah, if he don't, then hey, Tiger and Trae need to go sit down at the barber. What can y'all do with this?
Ball.
That's the only
I give you some shaving cream and I can cut it off.
We can go bald head, dog, and we work it out.
They couldn't even fix the hairline on some of their cuts, man. Like, what's Tiger hairline starting? Trae? Lord have mercy.
I mean, I ain't paid any attention when he took that hat off the other day to the crown. Big bald spot right at the top.
Armani, they used to have hairlines like we got. What? Tell them right here. What? They had these fresh hairlines.
Mine ain't doing too good right now. I need a haircut.
it was doing all right 2 weeks ago when you killed us with that fresh cut. Well, you gleamed on us, man.
And the waves were just flowing.
Were they, man? He had me jealous up in here. God dang. I'm like, Armani trying to flirt doing the show with the waves, man.
Vincent strikes again. He said, and Vincent said, Tiger, LeBron, and Trae Young walk into a barbershop. You don't tell them what the barbershop. They're going to be like, can we help y'all? And then what's his name need to be in there with them? Kevin Durant need to be in there.
Kevin Durant need a bag.
Kevin Durant gonna have barbers leaving out the shop laughing at them naps, man.
He gonna have them going in that bottom drawer that they always have. with them extra special clippers and gonna go down there and say, we need these, KD. We got you. We got you.
Yeah. They gonna have to dip them clippers in that green juice real good, boy.
Cutting KD hair gonna sound like a pack of firecrackers. That's all you gonna hear. Trying to shave his head. And like, KD, we all right. We got you, dog. We got you. We gonna get you back to normal. And let's see. I just glanced at it. Tiger is in decent shape. He'll get a par at the first hole. So he need to make a run. If he can finish this at about 6 under, and that boy don't go nowhere, well, yeah, that's all everybody want to see. Because he gonna go to Sunday. Vincent said Kevin Durant needs an M80 set off on those buckshots. Oh Lord. Them things, they ain't buckshots. Oh.
Hey man, what they call it? What they call it? That C4. Kevin need to put some C4. that C4 that John McClane used to put on that computer when he threw the computer down the elevator shaft. Need to set that same setup on Kevin Durant's head and just have somebody say Geronimo, mother.
Tiger, man.
Yippee-ki-yay, Kevin.
Yeah, and Kevin just had to be able to take it. See, everybody got
This be a new ending to come to
Oh, man.
Hey, he need to be Kevin Durant need to take Cuba Gooding Jr. place and coming to America when he was sitting in that barber chair.
That scene to be about 30 minutes trying to cut between like he'll be cutting them scissors, be breaking as he speak. Like, oh no, hold on, let me try it again. If a barber brushes KD hair, it sounds like you're driving a car on a cobblestone driveway. Dog, no, that's loud. Ooh, okay.
Boy, you talking about Will Smith, coach? I hope Kevin Durant don't look at this show.
If
he ain't gonna do nothing. He a punk. He ain't gonna do nothing.
Whoa, I really hope he don't look at it now.
He a punk.
Will Smith?
Nah, Kevin Durant.
No, you talking about Durant.
He ain't gonna do nothing.
Well, Armani, we're gonna go from there to you have the right. We don't want KD to be looking at me like.
I really hope Durant ain't looking down.
I heard about this show on Facebook. I want to get on there and talk to him. Well, you welcome anytime, KD. You welcome. And Armani, you don't know what Armani got. Armani has sonar and radar and drone.
Oh, I'd be on here backing up. I wish KD would try to come over here and talk trash to him. I tell you, this ain't the smoke you want, KD. I mean, we respect you being an NBA player, but you come in here and try to talk to one of my co-hosts sideways, and he gonna ignite the real red.
Yeah, it ain't gonna take long. He gonna be on there for a minute, and after we get through with him, KD gonna be like, "Yeah, man, it's this show. They clown me."
Boy, he gonna get clowned.
We clown you, dog. It's over though. It's okay.
Kevin gonna hang up with us, y'all.
Yeah, KD gonna hang up.
He said KD need to dip his head into the Maker's Mark wax. God, oh, Lord.
Oh, Benson, you're wrong. You're wrong for that.
Thomas didn't make it any better talking about his hair gonna need adamantium clippers. God, not adamantium. Wolverine. We need some Wolverine clippers.
Somebody gonna tell KD about this show, boy. I can see it now. You know we on YouTube. Somebody gonna tell. Like, KD, just go to Red Rim and like last few minutes listen to that.
Yeah, it's gonna hurt, dog. I ain't any line. We're gonna hit you hard. Don't care about you. All right, let me get this Tiger banner off. All right, you have the right. Either one of you can go first.
Braves, you got the right. When y'all get y'all rings tonight, every one of y'all hold them up to the sky, show us that bling bling, and be proud, baby. Say world champs, Atlanta Braves. Can't wait to see that bling bling tonight, baby. But the Braves, you have a right to get them rings, embrace them rings, and enjoy them rings. I sure can't wait to see it. Woo! Been a long time since we had a ring ceremony in Atlanta, baby.
Armani?
Tiger, you have the right to get in contention. Very close contention. I mean, man, if you can just get top 10, man, good. You know how crazy that will be to have you playing for it tomorrow after all that you've been through. Oh, man, you got it. We're rooting for you, Tiger. You got it.
if he wore the red shirt today, what he gonna wear tomorrow?
Oh,
He ain't
man.
wearing it today.
Yeah,
Oh, he didn't wear the red one today.
today.
No, he just
It's
bogeyed
cold.
the first hole.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
cold. He might wear black.
Bogey the first hole. Dang.
Yeah, he struggled on the first hole in all tournaments, so that ain't.
He gonna need about 4 or 5 birdies a day to get back into it. Because
Dang.
that the leader at number 8 and Tiger, he's still plus.
+2 right now.
Yeah. He at least 10 shots back.
Russell Westbrook, you got the right to come get both of these guys. I'm gonna give you their addresses and phone numbers. You can have them. Do what you want to.
Westbrook, I promise you, dog, you better stay away from me. Because I'm gonna tell you how I really feel if I see you in my presence. I heard Michael Jordan was interested in trading for him. The Charlotte Hornets.
Yeah, they mentioned Charlotte. I think right now. But who are they gonna trade for him?
LaMelo Ball, come on, Lakers, we'll take him. That would be dumb as dirt if they did that.
Yeah, Jordan ain't no good GM, but he ain't giving up ball. He would be out of his mind. They'll kill him.
If he did that, I would be shocked if he did that. I mean, I know you ain't the best GM, Jordan, but you do that, dude, they ought to run you out of town with that move.
They ain't no ought to. They will run him out of town if he let
that
happen.
I think so. Yeah, that MJ stuff. Yeah, your MJ cloud gonna dip down. You make that stupid move.
Let's see. Thomas said you have the right to brave. You have the right to do it again. Let's go. And again, the media, which I'm just disappointed at, said that they don't even have the Braves in the top 5 of repeating as World Series champions, which is stunning to me.
Disrespect.
I'm like, wow. Come on,
Well, they can slurp the Dodgers and the Blue Jays and the Yankees and Red Sox and Rays. Let them slurp them. We'll be holding up that trophy again.
Uh-oh. Vincent had a last parting shot. He said, I'm sorry.
Exactly. Wouldn't hit us at all, boy. Nope. He tried to come out of money, miss him, and I uppercut him. Boom! Our money would come back with a shot. Bam! We be jumping them and stomping them our money. Yeah, boy, don't mess with us. What you think you messing with, Russ?
Mess around with me, he gonna be playing in the Special Olympics.
Hey, you remember how O-Dog and Kane did Buddy in Menace to Society? Yeah. That's what we gonna do to Westbrook. Hey, which one of y'all partners is Red? Who want to know, homie?
Yeah,
Red. I heard you and your boy Money been talking that mess about me. What you got to say now? Yeah, partner, I think you need to. Whoa, what? Yep. Oh, boy, take him my money, get him. Bow. Stop that food.
Yeah, we get it.
It's been a real animated, energetic show for us today, fellas. I've enjoyed it.
That wasn't bad.
Coach, you on mute again. I don't know what happened to your mute, but don't worry, it's the end of the show. Yeah. Well, it looked like one of us gonna have to take out the show today. All right, everybody. Episode 232. We appreciate you guys for coming. Me, Armani, Coach, the Rev. Not sure what's going on with Shelby, but hey, we'll all be back next week for episode 233. Gonna be a lot of hay. Same time, same channel. Episode 233 next Saturday. Coach Armani, we appreciate you having you. Rev, take care up in Pennsylvania. Rev Night Nation, we love you plenty. See y'all next week. Thanks for coming, everybody. Episode 233 next Saturday. We'll see y'all then. Thanks. Peace, and we out.